Breaking news. Geno Smith is coming home, ladies and gentlemen. It's official. Geno Smith is a New York Jet. They didn't sign him. They traded for him. Are you kidding me? Sound the alarms. Geno Smith is coming home, and he will be the New York Jets quarterback this year. Wow. Can you believe this? We talked about it all week, all morning. This is unbelievable. This is something that the New York Jets have been waiting for. This fan base has been waiting for a quarterback, and it is officially here. Geno Smith is a New York Jet yet again. Let me know your thoughts immediately in the comments, folks, because this is massive news for the New York Jets. Now, the big question is, why would the Jets trade for him and not wait for him to get released? The reason for that is they did not want to risk him going somewhere else, and apparently the Jets are not going to be paying a lot of the salary. They will be paying him the vet minimum. As Adam Schefter says, before the trade was agreed to, Geno Smith agreed to restructure his contract. The Raiders still will pay the bulk of it, and the Jets will take on Smith's contract at just over the veteran minimum. All right, so this is the latest breaking news here on Jets Media. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. I actually think that based off all the options and you take the emotions away, name a better option out there than Geno Smith. Kyler Murray, I mean, that's the reality that we're in right now, folks. There's not a lot of options. And I think that the New York Jets are going to sign Carson Wentz next, and I think they're going to draft a quarterback. So let me know how you're feeling right now. I know that this is going to be a very mixed baggage amongst Jets fans. A lot of people are going to hate on this move. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to ask the question right now in the poll. Are you happy with this move to bring back QB Geno Smith? Let's see what the chat has to say. Because if you do not like it, please let me know what the alternative would have been. Is it a Kirk Cousins who does not seem like he's interested in coming to the Jets? Is it a Kyler Murray who does not seem like he's interested in coming to the Jets? I mean, Malik Willis, his contract was too much. I don't think the Jets were interested in that. So if you're going to say you did not want Geno Smith, you got to give me the alternative, because I don't know what the alternative would have been. So please sound off in the comments. Let me know where you stand on this. Vote in the poll, because this is absolutely massive. I actually like it, man. He's just a bridge quarterback. We're not signing Geno Smith to a 4-year, $180 million deal, bro. He's just the veteran that's going to be here to be the bridge, to help develop whatever quarterback the Jets draft potentially. And maybe they will be in position to draft their quarterback in 2027. The Jets have 3 first-round picks to work with. I mean, let's also not forget that Geno Smith is better than anything the Jets had last year. Better than Justin Fields. Better than better than Brady Cook, obviously, and Tyrod. I know that's not saying much because that's how bad the Jets were last year. But I'm not going to sit here and complain based off of the options out there. Would you have rather the Jets go after Tua Tagovailoa? Would you rather the Jets go after who? Malik Willis for that contract? So listen, this move is not going to make Jets fans feel like we're going to win the division next year, where it's not supposed to sell us on anything. He's a turnover-prone quarterback recently, 110%. But he's a high-efficient quarterback with a high completion percentage. You know what you're getting out of Geno Smith. He showed what he can do in a good structured environment in Seattle. He goes to the Raiders with an absolutely terrible offensive line and only Brock Bowers to lean on, no receivers, and he threw the football in harm's way all season with 17 interceptions and not look great. He's showing signs of regression, of course. But at 35 years old, I just would like to ask, man, who would you rather have? And I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather Geno Smith than Tua Tagovailoa, man. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I'm in the minority. I don't care. I wanted nothing to do with Tua. Is Tua younger with more upside? Maybe, but he's a concussion away from never playing again. He has character concerns. He has a lot of limitations to his game. He's not a leader. I don't even want to make this about Geno or Tua. I don't want anything about that, okay? And people are saying they better restructure his contract. They already did. We'll get the details in a bit. But as you can see on the screen, before the trade was agreed to, Geno has agreed to restructure the contract. The Raiders will still pay the bulk of it, and the Jets will take on Smith's contract over just a veteran's minimum, man. So that's absolutely huge. All right? So I think that the Jets getting Geno Smith is absolutely crazy. We all thought it was going to come earlier. We all thought it was, come tomorrow. But no, it came now. It came now. So let me know where you stand in the chat. Jets paying vet minimum. Raiders eating most of the money. Yes, exactly that. The Jets are not eating this money. We're going to get more of the details in a bit. So make sure you guys let your presence be felt. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe. We have breaking news. Geno Smith is coming home, folks. Sources, the Jets chose to trade for Geno as opposed to wait for him to be released to assure they get him. There was some thought within the organization that had hit free agency. Other quarterback-needy teams could get involved and muddy the waters. The only way they can get their guy is by trading for him. And by the way, the trade isn't really much. You look at what the Jets gave up for Geno Smith. They basically are what? Moving back from the 6th round to the 7th round. That's really all they did. It's not like they gave up a pick. It's Geno Smith in a 7th for a 6th. So basically the Jets are moving from 6th to 7 to get Geno Smith in the building. Again, this is not a move that is going to spark a lot of optimism in the fan base. This is not a move that's going to make Jets fans feel hopeful or anything like that. So I just think that at the end of the day, Jets fans need to accept the fate of this organization right now. Because if you're mad about this, what is the alternative? That is not to say you shouldn't be happy and ecstatic and jumping for joy and popping champagne or anything like that. No one's saying that. No one's saying that. But for the people that hate on it, I just ask, what else would you want? Kyler Murray, again, did not want to come to the Jets. He wants to revive his career. And that's not happening with the Jets. We can all agree with that, right? Carson Wentz is going to be back. I mean, not back, but he's probably going to be a Jet. The Jets quarterback room is going to be Geno Smith. Most likely they're going to sign Carson Wentz and then draft somebody. And I could not disagree more with this guy right here, Mike. Justin Fields would be better. Disagree completely with that. This is an upgrade over Justin Fields. Justin Fields is the most limited quarterback I think the Jets have ever had. Limited, which is why he got benched. The guy can't process anything. At least Geno Smith can throw the football down the field and not afraid to throw. So I disagree wholeheartedly with anybody saying that Justin Fields would be better. Give me someone with an arm over someone with legs at the quarterback position. No doubt about it. And let's also keep it a buck about where the Jets are right now. The New York Jets are in a certain spot of their organization where Aaron Glenn is trying to instill some type of energy here. And you got to get veterans in the building, and Geno Smith is that next veteran that has proven in the last 4 years. When he broke out with Seattle, he had 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions back in 2022, I think. And then he showed a little bit sign of regression in 2023. And then in 2024, he really regressed. He gets traded to the Raiders, to a terrible environment around him. He struggles bad. The Raiders get the first overall pick. We all know the Raiders are moving on from him, and now he's a Jet. And he's home, man. Does that not make you feel any better that he's coming home? Or people are going to hold on to what he looked like with the Jets? Don't look about what he looked like on the Jets. Look about what he looked like the last few years in Seattle and Las Vegas. We're getting him for nothing. There's not any risk here. What's the risk? Someone enlighten me. Maybe I missed it. There is no risk involved. So this is absolutely crazy, man. We thought we had to wait till tomorrow. No. It happened now. Geno's back. So let me know where you stand in the chat, man. We may have to open this up for some callers because I have a feeling today's show is going to be crazy with Jets fans calling in, yelling, screaming, pissed off, mad. I already know where this is going to go. Come on, man. Geno is home. Demario Davis is home. There's no level of excitement. Nah, I'm kidding. I know that. I got to post this tweet, though. Geno Smith and Demario Davis. Geno Smith. Put it in all caps. Geno Smith and Demario Davis are back with the Jets. Can you believe it, man? I don't know. I think it's a very interesting spot the Jets are in. A very, very interesting spot. And I feel like a lot of people are upset. And it seems like the chat's pretty split right now. Carson Wentz is in the mix to becoming the backup quarterback behind Geno Smith. Keep in mind about that as well. So Carson Wentz is the front runner to be that. My goodness. Wow. I honestly am shocked. I don't think any Jets fans saw this coming a few weeks ago, months ago. But it seems like Carson Wentz is going to be the backup. But like, how does this graphic make you feel? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? How does it, like, okay, let me ask you this, Jets fans. Seriously, if the Jets trade for Brian Thomas Jr., how would you feel about Geno as the quarterback, throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas Jr., Adonai Mitchell, handing the ball off to Breece Hall? Does that make you feel good or no? Let me know where you stand, man. It's nostalgic, for sure. But I understand Jets fans don't care about nostalgia. We want to win. We want to win. Hey, bro, they all left the Jets to learn how to win, learn how to be leaders, learn how to be professionals so they can come back to the Jets and bring us some positive energy, baby. How about that? You never know. Super chats. Jets are paying the vet minimum. Raiders eating most of the money. Absolutely. It's 2015 again. Oh, yeah. Trash from the past. Glenn fired. See y'all next year. NYJ, don't tell NB. Upset. I mean, bro, no offense. You wanted Tua. Come on, man. You wanted Tua, bro. What are we doing? Youthphoria with a $5 super chat. I like this move. Shows the Jets want to see what this offense can do. We need to get a wide receiver now. Top 10. Wouldn't mind no QBs this draft. I do wonder if the Jets are going to go quarterback in the draft. I do think they're going to. I do think the Jets are still going to go quarterback. I do. Thank you for the super chat, and I appreciate all the people that are sending in kind super chats. Much love to you guys that are consistently showing love to the channel. I think that this is a big deal, man. I wonder who's paying his contract. The Raiders are paying the majority of his contract. That's the beauty of this trade. That is the beauty of this trade. And look at this. Geno Smith is already in New Jersey at the facility, taking a physical. Trade is official. What? How did they pull that off? You're telling me he was there on his way all day? No wonder why it really started to leak. No wonder why it started to leak a little bit. That this is going to happen right after the new league year begun. Because I think this is how it looks, man. The Jets fans should not be jumping for joy right now, thinking like, whoa, the Jets are going to be... Like, this isn't a time to celebrate. It's also not a time to cry and whine. I don't know. Based off the options out there, I just still am waiting to see a better option. I mean, it really is mind-blowing. I'm not going to lie. And only time will tell where this is going to end. Only time will tell. Do you think this is a good thing for Geno Smith to return to the Jets to help out guys like Garrett Wilson, develop him into more of a elite quarterback, wide receiver, rather, or no? All of the ideas we had for quarterback It seems like there is some people in the chat, like Fran. There we go. There we go. I'm no hater. Let's root for Geno. I mean, if you're a Jets fan, you better be rooting for Geno. What kind of Jets fan root against our own? Like, I did not want Tua, but if the Jets signed Tua, I'd be rooting for him. But Geno Smith is returning. Braylon Allen, we ain't right back, though. The infamous Geno Smith quote. Remember, who remembers that? Who remembers that? Oh, my goodness. I wonder how the Jets players are going to respond to this. This is a very interesting time in Jets history when we have two players returning. Two players returning to action. Two players. Do what David does with $1 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the super chat. Chad with a super chat. Thank you so much. Richie Melora, can't you play some quarterback? At least no one tried to break your jaw in the Jets locker room that I'm aware of. Yeah, Chad, maybe. I mean, the Jets haven't called me. They should, though. I mean, I can play. Coach, put me in. And I said this on this morning's show, but I think that the Jets, when Geno Smith was about to be the guy in 2015, he was going to break out and become our franchise quarterback, but then his jaw got clocked. And the rest is history. I still stand on that. But I appreciate the love. Chad, appreciate all the super chats. This is definitely going to be a stream where I open up the callers. It has to be. Call in. If you want to call in, I'll start letting you guys come on in and talk, because I have a feeling Jets fans are going to be very mixed about this. And you could be honest. You can be straight up with me. Let me know how you feel. All the things you need to feel right now, you can feel it out, baby, because the Jets just got Geno Smith back. He's back home. And I feel like a lot of people are wondering, why would the Jets do this? A lot of people are wondering, why would the Jets do this? But they did it. And he's a Jet. Breaking news. He is a Jet. And what are you going to say about it, chat? Wow. People are already ready for 2027. Geno is terrible. I'm ready to move on. I hear you guys. I hear it. People are saying this is the most Jets thing ever. But hey, I don't know. What if this is something? You never know. This is not the only move they're going to make, by the way. The Jets are going to sign another move. They're going to sign another quarterback. Geno's back. He said he'll be back. He's back. Let him know, Roddy. When Geno was playing good, they made fun of us. Facts. When Geno was balling out in Seattle, it was ha-ha Jets. Ha-ha Jets. How did you let him go? Ha-ha-ha-ha-ha Jets. And now he had 2 back-to-back bad seasons. And now he's returning, and now it's no longer haha Jet. It's back to haha Jets, actually. It's back. It's back to the haha Jets mentality. So that's where it's like, that haha Jets mentality is not going anywhere until the Jets start winning football games, man. That's the reality of it. We're all aware of it. Everybody knows. Everybody understands. The haha Jets mentality is going nowhere until the Jets start winning. Let's just keep it real. We all understand that. Everyone's going to laugh at the Jets forever until we start winning, man. Okay. Antonio with a $5. Not happy, but not upset either. How do you sell another punt on the year to Garrett Wilson without him asking for a trade at the end of the year and anyone else? So who's selling a punt on the year when the Jets just were super aggressive to add a lot of players to the defense? Am I missing something? So signing Geno Smith means they're punting this year? I don't look at it that way. Look at the options around. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and sell you guys that Geno is going to be an elite quarterback because history has proven that he's not going to be. But why does this make you feel like Garrett Wilson's upset or anything, that we're tanking or something, man? Who said that? Who said that? You missed the fact that they haven't added offense, def punting. So them adding 6 players on defense is just going to be ignored. We're in day 2 of free agency. They still got $50 million to spend. They're punting because they haven't added a player on defense when they went all in on the worst defense in football last year. Come on, man. What are we doing? We have a quarterback that can actually throw the football instead of Justin Fields, who was unable to throw the ball at all last year. I don't understand what people are saying. The Jets are punting when they sign a 37-year-old veteran leader of men of Demario Davis. They trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick at safety. They added 2 people off the edge on the defensive line. They signed a defensive tackle. They traded away Jermaine for someone with better fit. They franchise tagged Breece Hall instead of letting him walk. But we're punting? That's not punting. If they were punting, you let Breece Hall walk. If you're punting, you're not aggressive. You don't sign these veterans in free agency. The Jets went and was aggressive to fill out this roster, add veteran leaderships. Come on, man. And this is another lazy take. Demario Davis is old. How y'all keep saying he's a Jets legend. He played 2 years here. 2 years here. A lot of things are wrong with this statement, Don. Demario Davis is old, and in your context, you're making it seem like that's a negative. I'd look at it as a positive. He's coming off the best season of his career at 36 years old. He's got experience, and he's played more than 2 years with the New York Jets. Played 5 years with the Jets, actually. Not 2, 5 years with the Jets. So he's old. That means it's bad that he's old? I look at it, I think some people have such a bad perception, a bad thought process when it comes to the age element of football. Old means bad? Since when? Old means good in my eyes. The right people need the veterans to hold the ship together, bro. You need veterans with experience to come help the young guys. You'd rather just have a full team of youth that doesn't know anything and they're just going based off their talent instead of having that veteran that's going to tie it all together? Come on. So Geno Smith is not going to come here and sell hope to the fans. That's not what his role is here. His role here is going to be bringing some type of stability and a bridge. That's all he is. He's a bridge quarterback, folks. This is not the face of the franchise. This is not the future of the Jets. We're not paying Geno Smith a lot of money. We're paying him the freaking veteran minimum. The veteran minimum, which is like $1 million, and we're going to complain. If we were paying him like $30 million a year, $40 million a year, I would be questioning it. But based off of the options and based off the price, I don't understand how you can be whining and crying about this. Unless you're just looking at it based off of that. Because you have to evaluate the options the Jets have had to look at. You're talking about Tua, no thank you. Malik Willis for that price, no thank you. Kyler Murray, not available. He wants to go to Minnesota. That's been obvious since the jump. Carson Wentz will be a backup. Mac Jones is not available unless you want to trade a first or second round pick for him. If you based this move off of the options, I just don't get how you're going to sit here and blame the entire organization. That's my take on it, at least. Geno's not going to come here and sell hope. He's going to come here to hopefully help the Jets develop whatever quarterback they draft. And we'll see what happens from there. We'll see what happens from there. But it's time for Jets fans to let us know their thoughts. I'm going to bring them on in, and as we go through, you guys can feel free to let me know your thoughts of these moves. Let's do it. First up, we got Ryan. What up, Ryan? Welcome back, bro.
What's up, Richie? Good to see you after a little bit.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Good. You read my mind with the Mac Jones comment, too, because I've been the Mac Jones guy all year. But Yeah, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this whole situation. I agree with you in the facts. At the moment, there's no better option than this. Um, Definitely an upgrade from Justin Fields. So maybe instead of, what did we get last year? 3 wins?
Yep.
3 wins. Maybe we'll get 4 wins instead. I'm not as worried about getting the first overall pick because we'll have a much better QB class next year. But yeah, I have to side with you. There's no better option. What do we do, guys? Like,
That's
what
what
do
I'm
we have?
saying, Ryan. People are going to complain, but they give me the alternative. And I appreciate the call, Ryan. Great to see you. Hope to see you again soon, my man.
And I agree. One more thing. I agree with your
ahead.
age comment. In this case with Geno, he has matured since he's left the Jets. That can definitely, because, well, especially with his jaw situation and stuff back in the day, I don't think he was mature enough for it. So maybe he'll surprise us all. Who knows, guys?
100%. Ryan, I appreciate the call, man. Great call from Ryan. Good to see you back in action. Very curious to hear Jets fans' thoughts about this, to be honest. So Ryan kicks it off. And listen, the veteran leadership is a big thing. And based off the options the Jets have, I'm still waiting for someone to give me a realistic alternative. I haven't seen a realistic alternative yet that makes more sense than this. So that's the thing. That's what I'm looking at about. He said he'll be back after he got punched in the jaw. He's back, baby. He's back. And for the people that want to trade, go after a quarterback in 2027, hey, maybe this will help. Don't hate it. Build the team first with Geno on the cheap, then insert the franchise QB like what Seattle did. Exactly. See, this is smart thinking. This is what the Jets are thinking. The Jets are not going after Geno to be the guy. The Jets are not going after Geno to be their future. The Jets are going after Geno to be their bridge quarterback so they can find a cheap option at quarterback so they can use their resources to fill out the roster, add talent to the trenches, add playmakers, add leaders, add talent in the draft so that in 2027 they're going to be able to have flexibility to find their quarterback. Come on, man. Geno's back. I don't know about you guys, but I remember when the Jets drafted Geno and I was freaking hyped back in the day. 15-year-old Richie being pumped. I don't know if you guys wanted Geno that year. Let's see. Rich Samini adds, Geno is their 2026 starter. They'll still look for a backup to replace Tyrod. Justin Fields remains under contract, but that will likely change. 12 years after the Jets starter, Geno is back in the same role. The NFL works a mysterious way. Credits to Connor Hughes, who reported potential Geno-Jets marriage or remarriage. Crazy. They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though. He's riding back now. Let's go, Geno. Finish the damn story. I'm stoked. Too much negativity. Let's ride. All right, Spencer. I like it. Hey, I like the positivity, man. Can we just live in an alternate world real quick? Can we just play a game and be delusional for a second? Can you imagine the story of the Jets being good and go to the playoffs with Geno? I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not predicting it. But can we just live in an alternate reality that Geno is the man that comes back to break the curse and to lift us off this 15-year drought? How amazing would that feel? You feel me? Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. But let me dream. Would you just let me dream? Oh my goodness, this is unreal. It really is. You can't make it up. The Jets are always going to be just fun. At least when we suck, we're fun, right? At least when we suck, we're fun. The pick swap, the Raiders are getting 208. The Jets are getting 228. The official draft order shows the Bills have 228 because of the Johnson trade hasn't been processed. So that's going to New York. Vegas moves up 20 spots. All right. That's that. Let's go, man. This is hilarious stuff. So back to reality. It was fun being in a Delulu world for a second. I'm not expecting the Jets to go to the playoffs this year. I'm not. What I'm expecting, though, and what I'm hopeful for is improvement. Is going from a 3-win football team maybe to a 7-win football team. Is that asking for much? I'm not saying that would be something to celebrate by any stretch of the imagination, but with an improved defense and a veteran at quarterback and adding more talent around him in year 2 of the coaching staff with a better offensive mind in place, that could be the take. But in reality, you have to have a realistic mind with this. And that's what I have. I have a realistic mind. I'm not sitting here in Delulu land. Yeah, I'll go into Delulu land at some times. Why not? It's fun to dream. But do you think the Jets are still going after a quarterback in the draft? Is the biggest question. We'll see. The Jets wanted to get their QB1 settled before they signed QB2, according to team sources. Geno is now the QB1. Carson Wentz is considered a top candidate for quarterback 2 job, according to multiple league sources. And as Connor Hughes has said, a source close to Wentz expressed a feeling that he would ultimately be a Jet. Free agency officially opens tomorrow at 4 p.m. So more signs are pointing to Carson Wentz. More signs are pointing to Carson Wentz. How do you guys feel about Carson Wentz as the backup? A Geno Smith and Carson Wentz. Unreal. A Geno Smith and Carson Wentz quarterback room plus Bailey Zappi and a veteran. I think that they're going to draft someone. They have to. Unless the quarterback room is going to be Geno, Wentz, and Bailey Zappi. I mean, hey. Who's number 7 on the Jets right now? Who was 7 on the Jets last year? Does anybody remember? Let me see if I can find who was number 7. Let's see. It was Justin Fields. Pfft, duh. Is that funny? I completely forgot about Justin Fields. Well, that number will be available for Geno. Not that numbers really matter. I'm like, who's number 7? Oh, yeah, just the starting quarterback. Completely forgot. Sorry, Justin Fields just deleted out of my mind. I removed him from my brain. They're playing Geno Smith highlights with the Jets. Santonio Holmes, man. What a time. What a time to be a Jet fan, right? Geno Smith and Demario Davis are back with the Jets. What's the update of this poll? What's the update of the poll? So it's pretty split, but there's more people saying they like the move than not like the move. Very interesting. Feel me? Interesting stuff. Come on, man. Let's go. For the people saying that Tua is a better option, no thanks. I think that the next domino to fall is going to be a lot of interesting situations that's going to happen regarding the Jets going after Tua. Sorry, I don't know what I just said. I was reading something. But this is the latest from Ian Rappaport. A text from a pumped Jets quarterback, Geno Smith. Complete full circle moment. Back to where it all began. I'm excited to connect with my new teammates and coaches and everyone in the building, as well as build a new relationship with the fan base and community. Welcome home, Geno. That's Geno Smith's message. I mean, it's funny, man. Welcome home, Geno. So this is Geno Smith texting Ian Rappaport. Like, people keep saying we had better options. I don't think we did, man. Kyler did not want to come. I didn't want anything to do with Tua. I don't know what you guys are saying, that there's better options out there, man. That's what I got to say, bro. Come on. He was drafted by the Jets, and he was not here for 2 years. Here for multiple years. I don't know why people keep getting the years wrong. Loco Joe with a super chat. Mixed feelings, but looking at the Raiders last year to the Jets now, there's potential for Geno to surprise us again. We have the better offensive weapons, better offensive line, and more draft capital to build even further. Look at that. Let him know. Let him know. Who knows what the future holds, but Geno is back where it all started, and that's the reality of it, man. Geno is back where it all started. And I sent this tweet out literally a half hour before. Geno Smith as QB1 this season is an upgrade over anything the Jets had last year. Based off the QB options available, who would you rather bring in instead? I don't see a better option, bro. Tua? Kyler, you can argue, but he's not interested in the Jets. It has to be a two-way street. Come on. Thank you for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. To Loco Joe, $25. We ain't right back, though. This isn't a Sam Darnold story. Nope. Geno's back. It's still hard to process. Just stay away from the linebacker room, Geno. That's all I ask. Just stay away from the linebackers. You don't need to talk to them. Luckily, I think Demario Davis is a good enough guy where he wouldn't punch him in the face. Because that was the most Jet thing of all time. You talk about punching your quarterback in the jaw and cracking it. Doesn't get more Jets than that. I'll take Geno over Tua. Thank you, Mikey. Couldn't agree more. Kirk Cousins disrespected us, and he's ass. Geno, number 1. There we go. That's the vibes. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. All right. Let's go into some more callers, see what they have to say. We got Aiden up next. What up, Aiden?
What's up, man? How you doing, Richie?
I'm
Long
good,
time
man.
fan over here. It's my first time calling in.
Welcome, man. I appreciate that. Big time.
Yo, I just had a quick question. I have 2 quick questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of
about
course.
Demario Davis. Do you think like his age matters? Like, has at least a little bit of a factor in it? Because like, if you think about it, C.J. Mosley was great sitting at home. He's only 33 years old. I understand Demario Davis is coming off an amazing year. Yeah, his PPF grade is crazy. Do you think that maybe even has a little bit of a factor that he's 37 and we're giving him, I think it was $22 million?
Yeah, I think that you look at his trajectory throughout his career, he's been healthy literally throughout his entire tenure, and he's been getting better with age, not worse. So why would all of a sudden he's going to just regress out of nowhere, unless there's an injury that happens, of course. So I don't see any reasons to believe 37 years old compared to 36 years old is that much of a difference. He seems like someone that takes care of his body. The really only thing that you're worried about is injuries, but he's been healthy throughout his entire career, and just hope that he can stay healthy. And I think age is a weapon rather than a kryptonite because of the experience he's going to bring to a terrible defense last year with a lot of inexperience.
And then I have another question, or a little bit half question, half statement. When you said earlier, I was a little bit on the edge about like everything that was going on, like this whole Geno Smith, because I grew up like as a youngin watching Geno Smith, and it wasn't the greatest. I definitely I'm 21 right now, so like I definitely was on the back end side. I was more Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, later Geno Smith, Fitzmagic, but I was very angry low key because I wasn't really happy that we gave a 6th for a 7th, even though they were gonna drop him. I kind of thought a little bit that like Tom Brady did a good job on us, and we don't really love Tom Brady. But when you said that, hey, if we do get BTJ, then it's a different story. If we're walking into this year with BTJ, Mason Taylor, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and we do get 6 wins, and we're drafting a new quarterback, I highly think that Breece would want to stay, and if we take an offensive guard now we're getting BTJ, if we take an offensive guard or a tackle and move him over with our 16th pick, we're doing great next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and very well said. And first time caller, hopefully it's not your last time, man. Appreciate you calling in. Great insight there,
Thank you
Aiden.
so much,
Appreciate the
Rishi. You're
love.
the best, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that big time. He brings up good points, and the age is always going to be a question amongst Jets fans. But I think that when it comes to Geno Smith providing that leadership to the locker room and coming back, like there's a different feeling when you're going to a team that drafted you. I'm telling you right now, like there's going to be different juice. And I think that Geno coming back is definitely going to be something that is important to him. He's going to want to right his wrongs. He's got a very interesting personality that I think is going to fit what the Jets are trying to do. And the fact that, this is basically the first time we're hearing Geno Smith speak, complete full circle moment back to where it all began. I'm excited to connect with my new teammates and coaches and everyone in the building, as well as build a new relationship with the fan base and community. So he's back, man. I mean, it really is mind-blowing when you think about it. The Jets are bringing back 2 previous Jets that were teammates. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know how to frame this other than I am not sitting here trying to convince anybody that this move is going to bring the Jets over the hump and we're going to be winning 10-plus games this year with Geno Smith. You feel me? Like, I hope people don't twist what I am saying into that. All I'm saying is based off the options, man, the Jets are backed up in a corner where there's not many options, just like there was not many options last year. And the Jets settled on Justin Fields. So that's how I look at it, man. If you factor in the options and the price that it costs to get him, like I know Aiden said in the last caller that he's upset a little bit about the trade. You're moving back 20 spots in the draft all the way in the back end of day 3. That's not a big deal. And you're still paying the veteran minimum. You're not inheriting a big contract. So I wouldn't worry about the trade situation. I really wouldn't. And also, thank you for reminding me. They said Chip Kelly was calling plays that weren't in the playbook. He had Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll, old dudes. And I know Frank Reich is no young offensive mind, but we're going to just hold Geno Smith accountable for his performance last year in an awful Raiders team. Let's bring up Geno Smith's numbers again, as we did earlier today. Wow, I can't believe he's actually home. That's absurd. So his breakout season with Seattle, he was backing up Russell Wilson in 2020 and 2021. Russell Wilson leaves in 2022, and this was his breakout season. Remember, everybody was clowning the Jets during this season. Comeback player of the year. I mean, look at these numbers. A 70% completion percentage, over 4,000 yards, averaging 7.5 yards per attempt, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks, a rating of over 100. And then in year 2, he missed 2 games and had 20 touchdowns and 9 picks. And then in his 3rd year, you saw the interceptions climb. And the Seahawks said, you know what, we're going to move on to a different quarterback. And then he goes to a brand new team, finding a brand new system in a very bad organization with the Raiders. And he still had a high completion percentage, had a lot of yards. But his problem there was he had the interception tick. He kept throwing picks, putting the ball in harm's way. So he's not coming here that's going to bring upside. He's bringing stability. I mean, he's bringing like an air-rated offense. Like, he has thrown over 3,000 yards in 4 straight seasons. And I hope people realize in Jets standards, that's crazy. The Jets don't have anybody that does that. Let me see what the Jets passing numbers have been. Let me see if I can pull up something real quick. I want to see what the Jets numbers have been the last 5 years. Because I feel like people, when the Jets get an upgrade at a position, they go into something different where you have to accept the reality that the Jets have been so bad the last 5 years. You feel me? Like, this is an upgrade. As bad as Geno has been last year, he literally is an upgrade over what the Jets have had at quarterback. And that is sad. I'm not saying that with a happy energy attached to it, but it's true. It's a quarterback that knows how to throw. And I'm using 5 years just because I'm comparing Geno Smith in the last 5 years. That's why I'm using the 5 years things. I know the Jets have had issues for 20 years, decades. I'm not saying we haven't, but I'm bringing up the last 5 years comparing to what Geno has been doing the last 5 years. That's all I'm doing. So the Jets are filling out the roster, prioritizing the roster around the quarterback position as they search for their guy. And it is pretty wild that Geno is the man. You need to get more offensive weapons. No doubt about it. You need to. So look at the passing numbers the last 5 years. 2021, the Jets had 20 passing touchdowns. They had 15 passing touchdowns in 2022, 11 in 2023, 31 in 2024. That's when the Jets had Aaron Rodgers for a full year. The Jets had 15 passing touchdowns last year. 15. Do you think Geno's going to throw more than that? Also, let me see the yards here. Where are the yards? I don't see the yards. I see points. Jets passing yards. So passing yards as a team, the Jets had 2,784 passing yards as a team last year throughout all their quarterbacks. 2,784. That is beyond putrid. Geno Smith in 15 games had more. So I'm just adding context that this is an improvement what the Jets had, but that's not to say the Jets are getting this massive upgrade either. It is an upgrade objectively, and you can't deny that, but it's not a big upgrade. It's not like the Jets are going from, awful to great. We're going awful to mediocre. Like Geno Smith is a what? What would you say? If you'd rank Geno Smith in the NFL right now, where would you put him? Number 20, 22? Like that's probably where he's at. You feel me? And it's funny, like, if Geno did what he did with the Seahawks in 2023, 20 touchdowns, 9 picks, 3,600 yards, or say he did what he did with the Seahawks in 2024, 4,300 yards and 21 touchdowns, that's more offense that the Jets have seen in a while. And I know Aaron Rodgers was putting up some like garbage numbers when they won 5 games. It's empty stats, of course. But we'll see. Are the Jets trading for Brian Thomas? I don't know, man. I'm getting mixed feelings about it. Some people are saying he's available. Some people are saying he's not available. Hard to get that. Let's do it. Come on, man. My phone is blowing up with people texting me about this news. Crazy stuff here. Crazy, crazy stuff. How are you reacting to it? How are you processing it? Let me know in the chat right now, because I cannot believe this is actually a thing. Geno's back. The Jets and Smith agreed on a restructured contract per source, with the Raiders assuming a bulk of this year's salary, 18.5 guarantee. That's a key part of the transaction. So that's big. The Jets are not eating that money. That is definitely a big factor in this trade. No doubt about it. Let's hear what Ian Rappaport had to say about the trade.
Yeah, and one of the things we were talking about earlier in the show is why a team like, let's say, the Arizona Cardinals hasn't released Kyler Murray yet, or why haven't the Las Vegas Raiders released Geno Smith? We know he's going to be released. Just let him go. This is why. Because if you're a team like the Jets and you say you don't want to take the chance for letting someone else get a quarterback who may end up being your starter for the 2026 season, just swap picks in 6th and 7th round picks in the future, take on a little more salary than you want, get the deal done, and lock in your quarterback. And for the Jets, it's still an incredible deal, right? I mean, it is still a deal where you're going to get a potential starting quarterback for an incredibly low rate and allow you to spend the money bolstering the offensive line, bolstering the defense like they did for most of yesterday. And for Geno, he gets to a point in his career where he is sort of a bridge starter. He is also someone who has mentored other quarterbacks, who has been through a lot of different things, can take that experience and help a young Jets team try to get where it needs to go.
So, you know, it's insightful and stuff, not really much broken down there, but, you know, the bridge going to help out the youth, all that stuff is what we've been basically saying. Thank you to JT for gifting a free membership to Brandon, who got this brand new membership. Shout out to Brandon McNeely, who just got it. We got to get a Geno Smith sticker in the chat now because we got some new people getting new memberships, which is freaking awesome. Guys, we have 179 like buttons. We can get this to up to 200 likes. That would be awesome. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, as we are live breaking down the news that the Jets are bringing in Geno Smith as their quarterback next year. That is absolutely absurd. That is absolutely absurd. I think that the more you think about it, the more you're trying to process it. It's a mix of bags, man, because it's not like anybody is expecting the Jets to come and, you know, win the Super Bowl or go to the playoffs with this guy, but it's a fun story. Play the I'm Coming Home music. I don't think anybody should be getting excited over this news, but I also don't think you should be getting the suffering. I don't think you should suffer over it. So I think at the end of the day, the Jets have an opportunity. I don't know, man. It's pretty funny. Hey, I like this propaganda. 2-time Pro Bowler quarterback, baby. Don't forget the Pro Bowler accolades now. For the people saying Mac Jones next, he's not going anywhere, man. They're not going anywhere. Yeah, so Adam Schefter was reporting that Brian Thomas, there's no interest in the Jaguars trading him. So it's basically a source war between Connor Hughes. It's like between the Jets beat and Adam Schefter, because they're reporting that Brian Thomas is up for grabs, but then other people are saying other things. It's either the Jets are going to the playoffs or the Jets are getting the first overall pick, right? There's no in between. It's either the Jets are going to be an awful football team this year, or they're going to be, the story is going to be storybook material. There's no in between, right? That's just what Geno brings. He's already there. My gosh. Oh, Robbie Anderson getting in. He puts a popcorn emoji on the news of Geno Smith returning to the Jets. Are we bringing Robbie home? Is this just going to be the return of the Jets? Who's next? Santonio Holmes, you available? Maybe. Crazy stuff. Geno. Guys, do you love the move? Do you hate the move? Let me know where you stand in the chat. Let's get into some more callers. All right. Matthew, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Matthew going once. Matthew going twice. Matthew not able to get here in time. All right. Let's see what the chat is saying. 52% voted yes. Over 1,000 votes on the poll and not even 200 likes. Okay, I see how you guys. You like to vote on the poll, but you don't like to hit the like button? I see how it is. I'm just messing with you guys. It's fun to mess with you guys. We're back on live in 2013, baby. Yeah. Jexican. You know it. Gino is accurate. Gino is indeed accurate, man. I hate the move, but I like you. Norman, respect. I like you too, bro. How about that? That's respect right there. All right, we got Zachary Burner.
Ugh.
Zachary,
Right.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Oh, Lord. You know, I'm the mod that's always talking and sending you X stuff, so.
Oh, there you are, finally calling
That's
in.
me.
How about that?
Oh, yeah, because I have to get stuff off my chest because the chat's running wild. But
Yeah, man,
the
good to
Geno stuff, there is nobody else. We can't have anyone else. There's no one for the Jets to have. Because we're not getting Tua. We don't want him. Even though he's probably the best option, but we don't want him. Kyler's not coming. Kirk is not coming. Brissett decided to stay. Brissett staying. There was nobody. Geno is the only one left.
Yeah, and people are going to still complain, though. I mean, this is how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Well, Zachary, I appreciate you calling in. It took you long enough.
It's my first time using StreamYard and stuff, but yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for being a great mod, Zachary, and sending me all the stuff. You're the man. That's Zachary Burner, who's been a mod for Jets Media for, it feels like since I started. Shout out to Zachary's in every single live chat possible on Jets Media Roundtable. Appreciate you, Zach. Much love to you, bro. So I think that MJ done. Not a bad deal, frankly. Is Geno the savior? No. Yeah, he is. I'm just kidding. But he did have a good run in Seattle, and there isn't much better out there. Exactly. Like, I don't know. What if he finds that I'm going to start watching some Geno Smith highlights in Seattle? Baby, let's go. Richie, thoughts on Geno Smith trade? I've been talking about my thoughts all freaking day, baby, for the last hour. I'm not sitting here jumping for joy that Geno's back, but I'm also not crying. I'm not terribly upset like some people are. You know? That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it, man. You can't get too upset over this stuff. How are you going to get upset over this? Jets landing Geno Smith. Can you freaking believe it? And this is what people are going to be saying. The Jets have their bridge to the 2027 draft. Hey, at least Geno can chuck that thing, right? Like Scott says on Facebook. We have an O-line. Geno can chuck it. Hey, it's true. He can throw the football down the field, man. He's going to throw the ball and find Garrett Wilson and give him the rock. So that's how I look at it, man. The only attractive thing about this trade is the Jets are paying him the vet minimum for the season. Yeah. If the Jets were paying him ridiculous amount of money right now, it'd be a different energy, but we're not. The Jets are not. Better arm than Fields, 100%. The O-line killed him with the Raiders. Facts. If the Jets can protect Geno, man, he's able to do something at least. He's able to be serviceable. He's not going to be incompetent. Who knows? Maybe if he goes backwards and just completely lays an egg and throws more picks than touchdowns. Who knows? But I don't see why that would happen. And I like the proactive nature of the Jets trading for him instead of waiting for him to be signed or released. So Romeo Dobbs is going to the Patriots. Okay. Whatever. We got Geno, so who cares? How do you feel about Wentz as a backup with Wright? Yeah, I think Carson Wentz is inevitably going to be the backup quarterback behind Geno. That's what it sounds like, at least. The Jets are going after, vets. Jets are going after some vets, man. All right, Matthew, you get one more try. Matthew, can you hear me? Matthew, you're live.
Well,
Hello?
Hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
Hello? Yep.
All right. What's up, man? What you got?
Hello? Good. I'm here being a Bills fan. Yeah, I'm here with a casual Dolphins fan friend. Say what's up.
The Dolphins are cooked, man.
He says the Dolphins are cooked.
Well, they
so-
traded to us, so we're up.
Yeah. So
Dolphins are
I
cooked, yeah.
he says the Dolphins are cooked. But yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You are embracing not the tank, but the rebuild. They are not. Malik Willis is not a tanking move. It is not. Malik Willis is too good to be tanking. Malik Willis is also not good enough to like carry you to the playoffs. So the Dolphins are always going to be in that situation where they're always going to be in the middle, not bad enough to be bad enough, not like bad like you guys like. Being bad like you guys, you are able to make moves to get better. Do you still want to get Ty Simpson, even though they have Geno?
Oh, good question. Thank you for the call, Matthew. I would definitely still consider drafting Ty Simpson if they love him at 16. I think that Drew Aller is still available for the Jets. I think Garrett, like all these quarterbacks, whoever they love, I trust Darren Mougey. I really do. I think that he was part of the Denver Broncos and they found Bo Nix. The Jets are going to do a lot of research on these quarterbacks. And if they feel like one of these guys is going to be a big piece for their future, you want to be able to draft a quarterback to sit behind Geno this year. And the question is, are they going to be aggressive for one or not? That's the next big thing. That's the next big thing. A lot of people are joking around about this. Make memes. Jets adding the final piece to secure the first overall pick in 2027. The memes make themselves, man. The Jets are just meme worthy all over the place, I guess. And listen, the memes are completely justified. The Jets stink. The only way we can get all those memes away is if the Jets can finally win games. This is crazy stuff. Jets fans, how are we feeling right now? Because I feel like at the end of the day, all of us are in a very interesting spot where there's not a lot of better options, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Albert Breer adds, the Raiders are trading Geno in a 7th rounder to the Jets, and safe to say Geno's pleased with the result. He'll return to the franchise that drafted him nearly a decade after leaving. His reaction via text, complete full circle moment. Looking forward to connecting with all my teammates and coaches and building a new relationship with the fans. I'm excited to build a new relationship with the fans. And this was Geno flipping off the rivals, man. Bring that energy. There we go, Geno. Look at Max Crosby smiling at Geno when he was with the Raiders last year, flipping off Seahawks fans. Okay, Geno, that's the energy you're bringing to the Jets. Do we need a QB like that with some moxie? We'll see. All right, let's bring some more callers in. We got Randy up next. What's up, Randy?
Hey, what's going on? I was like surprised. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome.
Oh, okay, cool. Nah, I'm just surprised I got in. It's the first time I actually called.
Yeah, well, thank you for calling in, man.
Oh, no worries. I just want to say, just looking at the comments, it's just, so negative, and I get it because I've been a Jets fan for 20-something, 30-something years. Like you said, I agree with you 100%. We had no other options. It was, what do we want to do? Roll back? If we were to roll back and go with Justin Fields, then everyone's complaining, saying, why are we tanking? Why are we not winning games? So I think that Geno is going to ball out, and we're going to do much better than people expect. I see, I will even say it. I think we may even make playoffs with Geno.
Okay, there we go, Randy.
Yeah, I'm saying, right. I'm like, you got Geno, Garrett Wilson, A.D. Mitchell, Mason Taylor. We have some players that can do some stuff. Breece Hall. We're gonna do much better. And this is coming from a delusional Jets fan, but I think we're gonna be all right.
Well, Randy, I love the optimism, man. We need that. We need the optimism in the fan base. It's rare. But I'm very happy to have you call in. Don't feel bad to call back in again, Randy. All right?
I appreciate you, Richie.
Thank
Thanks
you so
a lot,
much.
man.
My pleasure. My pleasure as always. Randy thinks that the Jets can make the playoffs with Geno Smith. How do you feel about that, folks? I love it. Hey, you never know. Adam Schefter says Geno was drafted by the Jets in 2013 and spent the first 4 years of his career with the organization. Now he's back to finish his story. As Geno once said, they wrote me off. I ain't right back, though. And now he's back. Now he's back. It would be storybook material if the Jets can figure it out. Come on, man. Look at these graphics that we're seeing. You're not getting emotional? Geno has something to prove. Exactly. Geno does have something to prove. He's got an edge on his shoulder right now. And I don't think any Jets fan, I mean, listen, there's going to be some people that are going to be optimistic and stuff, and we honestly have no idea what's going to come from this. Only time will tell. But obviously, Geno Smith had a breakout with the Seahawks. And now we'll see what he brings to the Jets. Look at this tweet. Geno Smith delivered Darnold to the Seahawks. Geno Smith delivered Mendoza to the Raiders. And now Geno Smith will deliver Arch Manning to the Jets. That's another spin of this that people are having. That's the funny part about Jets fans, man. They're always going to find jokes and stuff to get us through. And the fact that Geno was literally at the facility this morning is pretty wild. He's back in Miami now and officially will be a Jet tomorrow when the trade is processed. So that's why all the beat reporters were basically saying without saying that Geno Smith is going to be a Jet because they probably knew that Geno was in the building. He's going to be a Jet tomorrow. This is crazy story stuff. Oh, boy. Only the Jets are going to make us feel these types of emotions. I love it. Hey, man, let's not forget, Geno Smith is a man that people clown the Jets for getting rid of, and now he's back to prove that he still got it at 35 years of age. Wow. I don't know, man. We're trying to process everything. I see some of the chat is upset right now. Some of the chat is very upset. Richie, this is some BS, yo. Why are you upset, man? Oh, brother. Well, that was your latest breaking news of Geno Smith coming to the Jets. I feel like Geno, just come home and prove everybody freaking wrong. That would feel good, right? And the people that don't like the fact that the Jets traded for him, you're literally moving back 20 spots in the draft in the back end of day 3. There's really no difference. Listen, everybody is entitled to feel how they feel. Nobody is upset with anybody. But it is pretty remarkable that the Jets are bringing back Geno. I think that it's one of those things where you're going to see fun graphics like this. You're going to see a lot of crazy edits. You're going to see a lot of crazy stuff going on. Let's see how Louis Riddick and them responded to this.
I think what comes to mind first and foremost is, right, it's about relationships with Geno. Because going back there can't be easy considering how it all started and then how it ended and now how it's restarting again. Full circle moment. Look, that's putting a positive spin on it. It'd be interesting to hear what Geno is really feeling, privately and personally. But I think the most important relationship is the one he's going to have with offensive coordinator Frank Reich. That's the most important thing for me right now is what's that first conversation going to be like? How is Frank going to present this to him as far as, look, this is how I'm going to use you. This is how we can work together. We understand what's happened here in the past. We understand what we don't have. What we do have, though, is we got a hell of a running back in Breece Hall. We got a bunch of young studs on this offensive line.
Absolutely.
We still need some wide receivers to go along with, Garrett Wilson and really kind of get that part of it going. But this is how I can help you finish off your career the right way. Because no veteran wants to kind of just drift off into the sunset with a bad football team. And I think Frank can help him with that.
Absolutely. And I think for Geno, the journey is so amazing to think that for Jets fans, Geno Smith coming back to town, they're probably excited to get Geno Smith.
Yeah.
You're hearing about this trade, and I think,
not
Geno Smith,
necessarily.
I would love to be a free agent. Just from the standpoint of I would have gotten a chance to choose my destination and really evaluate and see. But I think coming from the Raiders, and the one thing you mentioned I think is so important, if I'm a quarterback, you talked about the young guys up front on the offensive line. What he just left with the Raiders, he was getting beat up last year. So now you get an opportunity to have 5 guys in front of you that can protect you.
Yeah.
You have Breece Hall, like you mentioned, to be able to get the ball on the outside, and Fowler's looking like, man, I got stuff going on. But I hear you. So for Geno Smith, you're excited for the opportunity to go back and right or wrong almost in the sense of how you started your career.
So very interesting stuff there from the ESPN crew. And it feels like, it's funny how he said, Jets fans are probably excited about this. Tune in to Jets media. You'll see the opposite. I think it's split 50-50 amongst Jets fans that are happy and sad about this. It's crazy. This is funny stuff. Just gotta laugh through the pain. Why not? Why not? What else do you got? If you're not going to laugh through the pain, what else are you going to do? Phil D8 says, as Geno Smith's contract currently stands, he is due $26.5 million base salary of 2026. $18.5 million of it is guaranteed. We'll see whether the Raiders eat some of that. Well, we found out that the Raiders are eating all that money, basically. So that's inevitable, which is a good thing, because if they were eating that money, that would have been a different story. We have more from Geno. Geno Smith to Josina Anderson. I'm rejoining the Jets. I'm so excited. It's a full circuit moment for me. I can remember my last touchdown was to Quincy Enunwa right there at MetLife Stadium, the day I tore my ACL. That began my journey, and it all led me back here where I started. Coach Glenn and I have been on the phone. He has a real plan. I believe in what they're doing over there. Just to be part of that is going to be special. It's kind of like a movie script. Wow. A movie script. The return of Geno. It is a full circle moment, regardless if you agree with it or not. That's a fact. What do you think the real plan is? What do you think he's referring to? So, what do you guys think of this news, man? How are we feeling about this news? It's crazy. Huge news for the this is the difference between Jets fans. Ready? Huge news for the Jets. This is a game changer. Jets to the Super Bowl. And then somebody else says, why the hell would you bring him back? Movie script with a tragic ending. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. Kyler Murray was a no-brainer. This is not a good move. Well, Kyler did not want to come to the Jets, so it's that simple. I honestly think Geno will be better for the Jets this year than he was with that awful Raiders offensive line. That I agree with. You know, you look at his time with the Raiders last year, it was really bad. Really bad. Bad. But you look at the offensive line supporting him and also the weapons around him and the scheme and the coaching around him compared to what he's going to have now. I think there's reasons to believe there's going to be more for Geno to lean on. That's the way you got to look at it, too. Geno's slowly growing on me. We need Gabagool, quarterback 2. My man, I knew you'd come around, brother. I knew you'd come around. I don't know if Tommy DeVito's coming, though. We'll see, though. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Jets Forever is pumped up. If you give Geno time to throw, he can do some damage. We'll see. Who is our left guard? Currently, a giant hole that the Jets have to fill. Geno and Jake Plummer, both not the most athletic, but are big and hard to tackle. Both have rocket arms and throw a lot of picks. You live and die. All right. That's an interesting comparison. Yeah. Thanks for the update. Tommy DeVito re-signed with the Patriots, so he's not coming to the Jets. Geno's the warm-up for the next QB. Geno brought Darnold. Geno brought Mendoza. Geno's going to bring Manning. That'd be hilarious. First of all, can we just take a breath and pause on the whole Manning thing? Like, how do we know Arch Manning is going to be the number 1 quarterback? Because that's his last name. If Arch Manning did not have the name Manning and you evaluate him objectively, I don't even think he would be talked about as a first-round prospect. Am I the only one thinking that? I mean, the guy's got to go crazy next year in Texas in order to be the first overall pick that everyone's hyping him up to be, bro. The guy's a name. Why is everyone thinking it's tank for Arch, tank for Arch? What the heck did Arch Manning show last year? Am I missing something? He hasn't showed generational first overall pick potential yet. And if he doesn't show it this year, he's not going at the top of the draft. Like, people are making it seem like this guy lit it up. He got better as the year went on. He showed promise. I'm not saying he's a bust in college, but he's not playing like he's this generational guy. If his name was Tom Smith, I don't know, and he had the exact season as last year, I don't even think he's being brought up in any draft in 2027. But since his name is Arch Manning, there's more of a spotlight on him, of course, because he's a Manning. That's all I'm saying, bro. He needs to show and explode next year. And I also expect him to. I expect Arch Manning to light it up next year. I do. That's my expectation. I'm excited to see him play. I expect him to go out there and dominate. And again, I'm not saying Arch was a bad player last year. So sometimes people take what I say and run with it. I just feel like based off of the hype, he didn't show the elite stuff. I think he has the chance to break out and be consistent and show, yep, this is a real NFL top tier guy. And he got better as the year went on. Earlier on in the season, he was struggling, and then he really turned it on. He had a really good end of their season last year. So we'll see. Because I think there's other quarterbacks in the draft that you can argue right now are projected to be better than Arch Manning. Julian Sayin, Dante Moore. There's a lot of quarterbacks. So I'm excited to see how they all played out. Josina Anderson has a video of Geno. Let's see what you are referring to, my friend. Oh, Gino is.
The exhibit show. You just saw major breaking news going across social media, your devices, including the TV.
Look
you
at
can
this.
see him right now in the screen. Geno Smith in the building. What is going on?
What up? What up? How you doing? What up, Joe?
The roof, because there is no better city to make news in than the Big Apple. You spent the first 4 seasons of your career with the New York Jets, and now everybody across the NFL world is learning that you, coming into your 14th season, out of all teams, coming back to the green and white. How does it feel?
Oh, I'm so excited, Joe. I'm so excited. It's super like this full circle moment for me, honestly. Man, I can remember my last touchdown was to Quincy Enunwa, right there in MetLife Stadium. We're playing the Ravens. That day I tore my ACL, and that began my journey. And it all led me back here where it all started. And I thank God for the opportunity. I thank the Jets for the opportunity. Coach Glenn and I have been, on the phone, and he's got a real plan. I believe in what he and the GM and everyone over there is doing. They got a real plan, and they're ready to kind of turn things around. And I just to be a part of that, I think it's going to be special. And I think it's kind of like a movie. It's kind of like a movie script.
So this is definitely a movie, and I actually want you to detail it a little bit step by step. So when did you first kind of hear about this?
So in case you guys are wondering what the heck we're watching, this is Josina Anderson literally talking to Geno Smith live. He's a Jet in this. He is a Jet.
And how did it become real? Just take us through how this all unfolded.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, didn't work out for me with the Raiders. Wasn't my best year last year, and a lot of those things I take onus of, and I own it myself. And I knew that there would be a change being made. Potentially, could have probably stayed with the Raiders and in a mentor role, but where I'm at in my career, I really believe that I'm one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and I got to continue to go out there and prove
Okay.
it. And I wanted a team that was going to believe in me and going to have my back. And how ironic that it turned out to be the Jets. When I got a chance to speak with Coach Glenn, he laid out the plan for me. And from that point on, I knew that this is somewhere that I can consider. I had other options that I also considered, and really did some research on. And just after everything that I seen, and just praying and talking to my family, man, we felt like this was an opportunity. And to me, the opportunity is always what's most important. And to be back with the Jets, having this opportunity to lead this team, got DeMario back with me. We started together in New York.
Love that.
A bunch of guys that are still there in the building that I was able to reconnect with just recently. So it's going to be a great thing. I'm super excited. I'm really, really excited to get in touch with the fan base and reconnect with the fan base. And
Me too, Gino. Come on the show.
Get to meet my teammates, connect with my teammates, build a bond there, and just be there for the guys. And then ultimately, learning from my coaches and, being a part of, the Jets organization again. I'm super excited for it.
So we're just the second day into the legal tampering period. So obviously you've agreed to everything still has to be officialized and all these other things, but this is the expectation. I just want to put that out there. But I mean, did you get a call yesterday about the possibility, like as far as
folks, we have to pause this interview, and I was enjoying it because we have some breaking news. The Jets make a move at the cornerback position. A absolute stud from the Chicago Bears is coming to the Jets. Breaking, the Jets are signing former Bears Pro Bowl corner Nashawn Wright to a 1-year, $5.5 million deal. Wright had a massive season last year, 5 picks, 11 PBUs, and 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumbles recovered, and 80 tackles. Okay, I love this. I love this signing. This is massive. Huge. He was incredible for the Bears last year. He was absolutely incredible, man. 27 years old. Going to be 28 in September. He was a dog, dude. This was one of those guys that completely fits what the Jets are trying to do. As you guys are seeing, we have some breaking Jets news. The Jets are bringing in a brand new cornerback. This defense continues to get better and better. Okay. Deshaun Wright. He was a ball hawk. A 1-year, $5.5 million deal, guys. Sound the alarms. Some breaking Jets news has just came through. Someone that he led the NFL interceptions last year. Out of cornerbacks. He had the most interceptions out of any cornerback in the league. 5. The Jets are going after players that know how to get interceptions. That's for sure. The Jets are going after players that know how to get freaking interceptions. A corner, man. The Jets are not stopping on defense, guys. I mean, honestly, this is a Pro Bowler. I'm shocked that they got him for that cheap of a contract. I feel like this is a guy that wants to get an opportunity to show what he's capable of on another in the open market next year, I guess. But this was someone that was a true ball hawk for the Bears last year. A true ball hawk. Another ball hawk, man. I got to send out this tweet. Breaking news. What's your thoughts of this move, folks? Honestly, for that price, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer. Cheap, 1 year. I like it. I love it, actually. Because you look at what this guy was able to do in a very limited sample size. Deshaun Wright, 5 interceptions. Was pretty crazy to get him this type of contract. Well, the Jets continue to make moves. I was kind of lost in this interview with Geno Smith, but then we got interrupted because breaking news. A new player added to the secondary. 5 picks and 11 PBUs. Pretty wild. I think the next step is to get an offensive line. That was crazy. All right, let's go back to the interview because I was enjoying it. Geno Smith.
The most recent developments, how did that unfold?
Yeah, just recent in the past, couple days, really yesterday, and I had gotten some word, got some wind of it that there was potentially a trade, in the air, in the atmosphere, but I was hoping that the Raiders would give me a chance to kind of, weigh my options, which they did, and ultimately I decided that I wanted to go back to New York. It's a place that I really have held close to my heart.
So that's important right there. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, who knows if Geno wanted to be a Jet because he got traded. Why didn't the Raiders just cut him to let him field out his options? The Raiders asked him where he wanted to go, and he wanted to come to the Jets.
My first opportunity, and they drafted me with the 39th pick. I still got the pictures up in my office, and I look at them every day. It's a part of my journey, a part of my story. And so to come back here, to go back to New York, and to kind of that, and also, man, I got a huge chip on my shoulder, and I know that AG does as well. And I wanted to align myself with a coach who had something to prove, and I believe that's what he is. And so I think that, with that being said, man, we got a lot of work to do, but we're eager to get to work and to get after this thing.
So I gotta just jump right in based off what you just said. You have a chip on your shoulder. Explain to me why you have that feeling. Is it from the most, just recent past season, or are you talking about just from over the entire arc of your career?
Yeah, I would say the entire arc of my career, but more specifically, the way that last season went, and the fact that we weren't able to win enough games, and I wasn't able to put on the performance that I know I can put on. I refuse to make any excuses for anything. Instead, I look inward and I've been grinding my butt off.
I mean, he really is saying everything you want to hear, bro. I'm not going to lie. I love what he said about aligning himself with AG, the fact that he wants to play for a coach that has a chip on his shoulder because he has a chip on his shoulder himself. I absolutely love that mindset.
Kind of, behind the scenes in the shadows. I haven't been talking to nobody. As you know, I've been ignoring all the phone calls. I've been ignoring all the noise. I've been staying out of the way, and I've been putting my head down and getting to work. And, I believe this next stretch of my career is going to be the best. I know the way that I'm built and wired. Usually when something negative happens to me, I pick myself up and I get going. And that's where I'm at right now mentally.
Well, I think even before I kind of delve into that a little bit more, is that when I'm talking about quarterbacks that are such or even players in the NFL that are such a good example of how, a narrative can be attached, and then you have a period and a gap of perseverance just to show how, time can evolve and things can evolve, particularly in a new environment. I mean, that pertains to you, that pertains to Baker Mayfield, that pertains to Sam Darnold. So many, Kirk Cousins has, flipped and gone in there. And I'm sure there are other, things that I could come up with. So I want you to kind of detail, even as we delve into that a little bit more, like, one, clearly Pete Carroll, you have a relationship with him from Seattle. You guys were rejoined together in Las Vegas. And so there's a belief there, there's a familiarity there. So I want you to kind of, juxtapose the feeling of that beginning compared to what you would tell me is what you felt like was your biggest challenge last season.
Last year, just the opportunity to go to work every day with Coach Carroll was the best part of the year. I mean, that man is special, Hall of Fame coach and Hall of Fame person through and through. The reason I, even decided to leave, Seattle was because of his position at the Raiders as the head coach, and the fact that he had given me an opportunity to compete, and that's all I ever wanted in Seattle. And then from there, things kind of took off in a positive direction. But Coach Carroll and I, we had a plan, and I wanted to go in there and win as many games as I could, win a Super Bowl for him, because that's how much he means to me. And it didn't work out the way that we envisioned it. Things didn't go the way that we planned it. And I know that, sometimes that's just how things go in life, man. Like, if you don't succeed at first, you got to pick yourself up, but it's all about being resilient. And I would say Coach Carroll taught me that the most. It's not about what happens, but it's about how you respond. And to me, my response is always to be positive, to be optimistic, but also, man, I'm a fighter, and I'm going to go for it every single chance that I got. And Coach Carroll means a lot to me. He's a guy that I hold near and dear to my heart. We'll have a relationship forever.
So it definitely feels like Geno is inspired right now. He's excited to be back with the Jets. I mean, based off of the stuff that we're hearing in this interview, great job by Josina Anderson, by the way. I think that getting this interview as soon as the news broke really shows you Geno Smith wanted to be a Jet, and he's excited to be reunited. He's looking at this as a movie script type of thing. I would take Geno over Tua, someone says in the chat, 100%. I wouldn't even bat an eye. So the Jets just added a new corner. There's a lot of things happening right now. This is crazy stuff. This is one of the craziest moves. It's crazy, man. This is crazy stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you folks. So the Jets are taking on $3.3 million of Geno Smith contract. That's how much they're paying their starting quarterback this year. And people are going to complain. $3.3 million. We ain't paying them nothing, basically. Nothing. And the Deshaun Wright deal, that's crazy. Deshaun Wright had 5 picks last year. The Jets had 0. Let me just make sure you guys know that. Let me put this man back on the screen. This man had 5 interceptions. The Jets had 0. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a second. I got to tweet that. Deshaun Wright had 5 ints last season. Jets as a team had 0. It's sad, dude. You hate bringing up stats like that, but hey, what choice do we have? What choice do we really have? You know what I mean? But I love it. At 27 years old, he's going to be competing for a starting job, for sure. He's going to be competing for a starting job, for sure. Let me see more of his numbers. He's 6'4", 185 pounds, was drafted by the Cowboys in the 3rd round. So this is one of those ball hawks. He's one of those guys that gets beat very often, but has a knack for the ball. Right corner. So it's going to be him and Azareye'h Thomas competing right now. The Geno contract is 1 year. 1 season. And then we just bring in another corner. So big stuff coming. I wonder if the Jets are going to make, the only offensive move so far has been their quarterback. I wonder if there's going to be another one that comes. Who knows? What do you think? Who's the next man? We haven't had a real thrower at quarterback since Sam Darnold. I guess Aaron Rodgers isn't a real thrower. But yeah, I hear you. It's true. Stop dissing Zach. His arm talent was sick. Omar, I love you, buddy, but no. No. We're not going there. I don't care about arm talent, bro. A real thrower connects the mind with the arm. Just because you have a good arm doesn't mean anything. We have Geno for just a season. Just a season. Let's do it. I completely disagree. I think the Jets failed Sam Darnold. Zach Wilson failed the Jets. Zach Wilson was set up to succeed here. I don't want to go down this path, but the Jets built around Zach Wilson to the point where they had to get rid of him because they felt like they were legitimately a quarterback away, which is why they went after Rodgers. The Jets did not fail Zach Wilson. The Jets built a lot around him. They have Mike LaFleur as his OC, who's now a head coach. They drafted him Garrett Wilson. You had Breece Hall. The offensive line wasn't perfect, of course. But come on, man. You're saying the Jets failed Zach Wilson? No way. Starting to feel some optimism. I like that Geno is out to prove something. Facts, man. Starting to really believe in that as well. Geno is out to prove something indeed, man. But the question is, will he be able to? Will he be able to go out there and prove something? Another super chat from the cell. I will say Quincy Enunwa, most underrated Jet in the 2010s. Yes, I love Quincy Enunwa. How can you hate on Quincy Enunwa? How can you hate on Quincy Enunwa, man? Absolute dog. Zach Wilson is better than Geno Smith. That's what we call bait, folks. That is what we call bait right there. This one right here. That's hilarious. We're not taking that bait. That's for sure. But in case you missed it, Jets got some breaking news coming on in of them signing Deshaun Wright. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it, man. Deshaun Wright. I love it. Let's go. No, Geno's bad. Oh, he's serious. He wasn't baiting about that? Then, man, you really don't know ball, because Zach Wilson has not even thrown 10 touchdown passes in a freaking season in his career, and he's never had a completion percentage more than 60. Move aside. If you genuinely think Zach Wilson's better than Geno Smith, you, sir, don't know anything. I'm sorry, bro. Zach Wilson has never done anything remarkably close to what Geno has done in his career. Even last year, Geno's 17 picks and 19 receptions and a high completion percentage is better than what we've seen from Zach. What are we doing? Quinn Ewers is even playing better than Zach Wilson, bro. Are you kidding? Give me a break. I can't believe we have Zach Wilson truthers in the chat. That's crazy. Redemption tour to IK this time around, man. Oh, yeah. We want you back for vengeance. Come for blood, Geno. Come for blood. Come for blood. Come for blood. Let's go. Listen, nobody is trying to convince anybody that Geno was a good quarterback last year. We're all aware he was not good. That does not need to be debated. We all understand that Geno was bad last year. We all understand that. Deshaun Wright added a 64.3% in. Wow. Look at this. He was up there with a 64%. Oh, my goodness. Very interesting next-gen stats right there from the new Jet corner. That is an Eric Glenn corner if I ever saw one. This is exactly it, man. Zach Wilson did not have a mental. I don't know why we're bringing up Zach Wilson, but let's just stop there. I'm sick of talking about Zach Wilson, bro. We don't need to go down there. So there's some news coming out slowly and surely. What else is out there? Anything else? Anything new? Come on, man. Let's go. Let's see, man. The Jets still got some moves to make. They still got some cap space to spend. Gary V's welcoming home. Go get Tariq Woolen. Yeah, I don't think the Jets are going to open up the bank for Tariq Woolen. I don't. Where is the Jets wide receiver? We don't have any wide receiver help, man. We got no wide receiver help. That's something the Jets got to find. And when I say wide receiver help, I mean next to Garrett Wilson. We need help around Garrett Wilson, and that's the next thing. You know, Adonai Mitchell's not going to cut it. The Jets are going to have to be aggressive because Geno Smith is a turnover-worthy quarterback, and he's coming off an absolutely horrible season last year. So if the Jets want to get anything productive out of him, they got to surround him with the most possible weaponry they can get. And with Brees and Garrett in a okay tight end room, the Jets got to add more pieces, and they're not adding anything right now. So I wonder if it's going to be more of the draft they're going to go offense, or there's something we don't see yet. But we shall see. Let's get into some more callers. We got my man Rob in the house. Rob, good to see you, man.
How you doing, Richie?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
I wish I was calling you under better circumstances, but I think this team, this organization is completely done. This is the worst that I've ever seen it. And I go back to Kotite, and this is worse. Aaron Glenn. Yeah, Aaron Glenn is a buffoon. He doesn't know what he's doing. I wish we never got him as a coach. I knew from day one when we got that idiot Fields as a QB, I did not have any confidence that he was going to do any good. And you could refer to my tapes back in the beginning of Jake's show.
Yeah, of course.
I never thought any of those idiots. And now we got Geno Smith, the guy that we freaking drafted. This guy's a pathetic quarterback. I'd rather have Tua over him. I think this guy's worse. I tell you, I've never turned my back on the Jets. I watch them for good or bad, but I think this year I'm going to be done. I'm not going to waste 4 hours watching Geno Smith quarterback the Jets. I'm not. They obviously don't want to keep their job, because if they really wanted to keep their job, they wouldn't be getting a guy like Geno Smith. That's so stupid of them. They're dumb. They should have went up, try to trade for Jacoby Brissett. At least with a guy like Jacoby Brissett, maybe you would only win 6 games, 7 games, but you would be in games. It would make it a little bit fun, at least. With this guy being our quarterback, if they win 2 games, it's going to be a lot. They're gonna suck, Richie. They're gonna be really freaking bad. I'm so rip-roaring mad right now. Rip-roaring mad.
So, Rob, do you think a week from now you're going to say, okay, I'm going to watch the games at least, or you're just done, man? No, not even watching the games this year?
I might not. I'm close to boycotting. I won't say I'm there yet, only because I'm hoping that they get someone else in the room with this guy. You know, he
seems like that will be Carson Wentz.
Oh. And you're telling me, Richie, because you're one of the guys who has not ripped Aaron Glenn. You've given him a little bit of a leadway. Seeing him get guys like Carson Wentz and now getting Geno Smith, how can you sit there and tell me that you're okay with what this guy's doing?
Because I look at the other options, and there isn't any better options out there. They're all the same level.
Anybody's better than those 2 guys that he's got.
I disagree.
Kirk Cousins would have been better.
You said Tua? I would disagree with that. I would not want anyone to go Tua.
I would even take Tua over. Though Tua would suck too. But I'm just saying that's how angry I am. But you know what? Well, stop with the pride crap. Go get a Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins would buy you time for a year or 2 until you draft. Now they have no choice. They better draft Ty Simpson. They have to draft him. They have to
like
draft
Ty
him.
Simpson?
Yeah, I do. He's a work in progress, but at least it gives you something to hope for the future. Or you know what? We're going to be in this forever sucking free fall. Because
I definitely think they're going to sign Carson Wentz and they're going to draft the quarterback, and it's going to be like a Giants room last year at Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart in our own way. And maybe they will be able to, with the 3 first-round picks, be in a position to draft a guy in 27 no matter where they're at. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess like the following year, who do you have? You have Dante Moore. You have C.J. Carr. Who else you have coming out? Arch Manning. He'll probably boycott the Jets. But yeah, of course I would take Arch Manning. And who was the other guy? Sellers. I don't know what the deal is with him. He looked really promising. Sayin from Ohio State.
Well, Rob, I do appreciate you calling in and letting your passion be heard, and I think this is very healthy for you to come on here and express how you feel, and I appreciate you.
Okay, buddy.
And I hope you're doing well. All right, Rob?
You too, bud.
Take care. I just hope Rob doesn't boycott. We need you, Rob. We need you watching the games at least. Doesn't mean you need to believe in anything. We don't need you to believe in the regime. We don't need you to believe in Glenn. We don't need you to believe they're going to win a single game, but we need you to watch at least. We can't let Rob, the Jets fan, boycott. We can't. Come on, Jets fans. We've been through decades of misery. Now's not the time to let go, is it? I understand, man. The Jets have brought nothing but suffering, and it's resulted in fans that are ready to give up, ready to not watch, ready to just let go. Where are you at? Let me know where you blame. Let me know where you stand in the chat. Because listen, I don't blame fans like Rob to feel that way. The Jets have given us no reason to believe, man. I don't blame anybody. Everybody's entitled to feel how you feel. Everybody's entitled to feel every single emotion based off the Jets. That was an amazing call. Freaking have nothing but... I've met Rob in person. He's a great dude. I've met him at a bunch of events that Jake Asman's hosted. He's an awesome Jets fan. I just know Rob is not... I know Rob. He's not going to boycott. I know he's thinking about it. He's going to come around. He's going to watch the games at least. That's all I need, Rob. I just need to watch. He says he doesn't want to waste 4 hours of life on Sundays. But come on. That was awesome stuff. Next up, we got another caller. Outlaw's up next. What up, Outlaw?
Salute, Richie. Glad
you doing,
glad to have you, man. But man, two over Geno. Come on, man. Listen. We dodged the bullet when it came to that, man. Like I'm so happy we didn't get Tua. When I was hearing that news, I'm like, oh no, we cannot have this, you know. And then on top of that, you know, you've been trashing Tua for about 3 years now. We've been telling the truth about Tua, that he's not really that good. But other than that, listen, I'm happy about Geno Smith because I feel like Geno Smith, yes, he did have a down year last year, but let's be honest, the Raiders have been bad. You know what I'm saying? They have a bad offensive line. And if you don't have a good offensive line, you know what happens. You can't get the ball out on time, and the receivers is not that good, you know. So I just feel like him coming over here is going to actually help Garrett Wilson. I mean, he's a good passer. He's you know, he's like a gunslinger and stuff as well too. Then on top of that, we have Breece Hall. I do need us to go and get us another wide receiver to actually help Geno Smith as well too. And let's be honest, guys, like, you know, this is Aaron Glenn's first time actually spending. Like, we're actually spending some money to actually get, you know, some players to come in here so they can install their culture. It's all about patience. You know what I'm saying? I understand. You know, it's hard for us to even have patience because we've been, you know, we haven't been to the playoffs in 15 years now. So it's very hard to even say that. So him actually spending money, they had to, you know, basically pay off other players that they had. You know, we're still paying Aaron Rodgers. We're one year removed of getting off of that Aaron Rodgers contract that we did with the last regime. So we basically got rid of all the last regime type of players, and now they're trying to bring in their own players. So we got to give it time. And I understand a lot of people are not patient. They're ready to get rid of Aaron Glenn and move on. If a Tomlin is out there, I will be doing the same thing and going to get a Tomlin or somebody else that is definitely capable. But I'm going to give him this chance. I'm not thinking we're going to go to the playoffs. I think we're going to probably look outside in so far of what's going on so far. You know, we still got to go through the draft and everything. So I feel like, you know, that they are paying some money and that they are, you know, getting their players. I want to at least give them a chance and let this regime do what they do.
Well, great call, Outlaw, and I really do appreciate you calling and outlining it that way because we have the same exact mindset. When it comes to Aaron Glenn and this regime, I understand if you don't believe in it because you haven't seen it yet. My approach to it is simple. It's exactly what Outlaw said. I've been saying it. The Jets fan base is not going to believe in something until we get to see tangible results. And we're not going to have faith anymore. But it's hard to have patience because the Jets have been miserable for decades. But I don't put the decades of misery on the shoulders of Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey when they've been here for 1 year. So the people that keep saying, like, this is the same old Jets, get this guy out of here. If you felt like Aaron Glenn was going to come in, you're number one to fix this football team, you're setting yourself up for failure. I never believed that. And for the people that preach patience and people like, I've been patient for my whole life, for decades. You want me to still be patient? We're not saying that this is the same coach that's been here for 15 years and they just keep the same guy. It's the same thing over and over again. This is a new foundation being built, and you have to give this regime their time to figure it out. And time will tell. 2 years from now, or maybe this upcoming year, we'll find out that Aaron Glenn isn't the guy and the Jets are going to move on. Or maybe we find out the opposite. All I'm saying is you got to give these guys an opportunity. And unfortunately, the fan base is sick and tired of losing so much that the room for error is so tiny. So I agree with what Outlaw had to say. Great stuff there. And the funny thing is, man, we're all Jets fans. We're all looking for the same thing. But time is our enemy because we want to win right freaking now. And that's the biggest mystery of all time, is to start winning games right now, but we can't. All right, let's move along, get to some more callers. I appreciate you guys. We're live for the Jets media breaking news of Geno Smith becoming a Jet. We also have another breaking news update before we go into the next call. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this new Jet. We got Nashawn Wright, former Pro Bowl cornerback with the Bears, 5 interceptions, 5 more than anything the Jets had last year. How sad is that? But hey, come help us get some picks, would you? All right, next caller, we got DB Dad 85 on the house. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Richie, you said everything, man. I was just like, oh, this is what I wanted to say, bro.
Oh, I'm stealing your words? I'm sorry, man.
Hey, no, it's all good. I believe, as a New York Jets fan, I'm out here in Atlanta as well, so I have to deal with Atlanta fans, if you mind,
Well, tell them all you know about Tua.
Oh, of course. You already know. I'm not worried about that. But let's speak about the Jets and picking up Geno. I think that was a good move for stability. We're looking for stability. We're looking for leadership. We're looking for veteran leadership. And that's exactly what Glenn is bringing in. What you explained about the previous organization, I knew watching the games last year, it was going to be atrocious because Glenn didn't have the right format with the right players. We all understand that. So then, I agree with you saying, how much patience do we have? And time is not on our side in aspect, but we have to basically, as Philadelphia used, trust the process.
Yeah.
We got to see the vision. Right now, it's the corner side of that painting that's being built right now. Everybody just got to look to that corner and see it. It's coming down. We have a vision. We have a leadership. We have the right people in. Geno is going to basically be able to just stabilize the offense, command the offense. If we get I think we need one more wide receiver, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you agree with that. I mean, defense, looks like we are going with edge on the second round. So that's going to be perfect for the defense. I believe it's starting to look like, and I hope I'm not showing my age, but Baltimore, Trent Dilfer, when they had that offense, what was they doing? Stability, move the ball.
Yeah.
The defense was the main pitcher.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
I agree. Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate you for saying all those things. We're definitely aligned on a lot of things here. So I appreciate you for calling in. And I think stability is the right word for what the Jets are prioritizing here with Geno Smith. So extremely well said. Call him more often, man. I love having like-minded guys call in.
Of course, man. I always watch you, man.
I appreciate that.
Everybody out here needs to watch this guy. He speaks the truth, okay? I'm being serious.
You, bro.
Watch him all the time, and I was like, I got the chance to actually call in. It's beautiful, man. I'm glad you were able to do that with the fans, bro. Keep on doing your thing. Keep on doing your thing.
Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. More than you know, bro. More than you know. I really do appreciate that. Much love to my man, DB Dad 85, for the love for the channel, for the love for what I do, but more importantly, speaking the truth to fans, man. So, and listen, I love any type of fan calling in, whether you disagree with me, agree with me, it doesn't matter. I love having everybody come on in and voice their opinion, because at the end of the day, we're all here. We're all fans of either the Jets or any other team. You know, I have non-Jets fans that watch the show as well, which is fun. So yeah, don't be shy to call in if you want to speak your mind, get comfortable. I love to meet you guys. Love putting faces to usernames in the chat. So love all that fun stuff. But let's get into some more callers. While we do that, we got Sean up next. What up, Sean? How's it going?
Hey, Richie.
What's
I love
up?
your dedication. I love your, through thick and thin, you're always there.
Thank you.
And I
bro.
love that, in you. Because I'm 47 and I was, at the age where I can experience that we were a good team in the 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
So, but for you younger guys, it must be horrible, man. It must be like, oh man. but I just want to say, like, we just got some wide receiver from the Bears, right?
Corner.
Oh, he was a corner. Okay,
Yeah.
corner from the Bears. He looked like he was. I didn't look up his game tape yet, but
He had 5 interceptions, 5 more than anybody on the Jets did last year. That's all you need to know.
Exactly. So the more interceptions, the more takeaways, the better. Players that can have a niche, a knack, for taking the ball away.
That's what we need.
It. We need it.
Well, I appreciate that, Sean. And I got to say, man, those glasses are awesome. Those custom?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Look at that.
I try to keep it real, man.
That's what it's all about.
Dude, I just ordered like the same like shades, but there's a green string instead.
There we go. I was about to say, are you Chicago Bears fan with all the red and Bulls, or are you Jets guy? I can't tell.
No, I like the Bulls since I was a kid with Michael Jordan and everything, Scottie Pippen.
There you
go. I even rooted from them against the Knicks, which is horrifying.
Sean, don't make me boot
You're
you
coming
now.
from New York, yeah, I know, but
no, I'm just playing around. Well, I appreciate the call, and I agree with everything you said. So I appreciate you chiming in. And I gotta say, man, those are the most unique glasses I've ever seen. I love it.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the green edition. Call in when you get the green glasses. I gotta see the Jet edition of those, man. Absolutely. So shout out to Sean for calling in, bro. How can you hate on those glasses? Those are sick. I think I can rock them. Just Josh in the house. My boy Richie, what up, man? Some crazy trades we got going on. Hopefully we do the same something this year. I agree. Got to do this for the Knicks channel. I agree, Outlaw. I do got to do this for the Knicks channel. It's hard to balance all my content stuff, but I try my best. Next up, we got David. Drive safely, David, for me.
Thanks a lot, man. Can you hear me? Everything's good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Great.
Okay. So, yeah, basically, I hear look, if we're ever going to have any change, we have to stop being jaded. All these Jets fans, I know they're hurt. We all experience the same thing. But if you want change, you have to be positive. That's first of all. Then second of all, nobody seems to be talking about this, but we lost Simpson and AVT. And I don't care how good. Look, Geno Smith, to me, is better than any quarterback we had since Sam Darnold. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He even as bad as he was last year, he wasn't surrounded with a good team. That offensive team in the Raiders was garbage. So, we got to give this guy a chance. We have a way better offensive line, even though we need help to replace AVT and freaking Simpson. We also have a great running team, and we got a wonderful tight end. Just give Geno Smith some time. He can't possibly do better than any quarterback we had since Darnold, Wilson, and the crew that we had this year. So, you know what I'm saying? People got to stop thinking this way. People got to stop being ridiculous because, this is a bridge quarterback. We're going to draft somebody either this year or next year, and we just want to be competitive because, the defense is looking as going to be stout. I mean, I can see our defense with all the changes in Aaron Glenn's genius to be at least top 15. I mean, that's reasonable, I say. You know what I mean? And all these people that are wishing like the worst. Like Glenn, like you said it. Glenn he can't fix this years of misery that we've gone through. He can't do that in one season. You know what I mean? Now that he's building a team that in his image and his style, you got to give him a chance. You can't just go one and out every single year and keep doing the same old with head coaches and expect something different. Something's got to give, and these people got to freaking have patience, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just keep going and going and going and going, doing the same thing, expecting there's something different. You're like that lab rat that keeps shocking itself and trying to do something different. So these people just got to snap out of it, take a second, chill out, and let this guy cook for a little bit so we can see what we could do. Because I have a feeling with all the moves that we've done, and we still haven't had the draft yet, well, if we get Arvell Reese, imagine with that line with Arvell Reese, what we have right now. I could easily see top 15. Easily. I mean, we just got this guy from Chicago just now.
Oh, we did. Deshaun Wright just got signed, who's a ball hawk, and Minka, and DeMario, and all these other boys.
This is day and night. This is day and night. This is not, this is not the same old team as last year. This team is significantly better right now. We just got to give Gino, we got to fix the offensive line now because we did lose those two guys, AVT and Simpson. And then, like I said, let this guy cook. Breece Hall, I think either we sign Breece Hall or we try to get Love in the draft. And then if we get Love in the draft, then we could just trade Breece Hall. You know what I mean? But either way, we're gonna have a great running team. We're gonna have a great receiving team. Let's say we get Lemon as a wide receiver with with Garrett Wilson. You mean to tell me Geno Smith can't cook with that? I mean, he wasn't a fluke. He did well in Seattle. It's just that he went to the Raiders, and that team was absolutely garbage. I mean, that team was worse than we were.
Yeah. Well, I agree with everything you said there, David. You said a lot, and I think that we are definitely aligned. And I think that when it comes to the Geno Smith situation, if they can feed it, if you give him the opportunity for more playmakers like a Mekhi Lemon, or you draft some guys on the offensive line, whatever they're going to do, you never know what's possible with Geno. Well, David, I appreciate the call, my man. Much love to you, and let's go Jets.
Let's go.
Thank you, man. Great call there from David. So the Jets made a big move in the secondary. Someone said Minka is washed, bro. You didn't watch him play last year if you think he's washed, because he was literally extremely productive for Miami last year. If your definition of washed is 8th in the NFL in overall grade from PFF and the safety position, maybe. If you think washed is he's not an all-pro anymore, then maybe. But he's better than anything the Jets have, that's for sure. He's bringing exactly what the Jets need. People need to realize that there's so much more to the sport than on-the-field stuff. You need leaders in the locker room to help teach guys. And I think so many people undervalue that. They just look at on-the-field production. Like, what do they do inside the building? What this Jets team needs are guys that can help be, extension of the coaching staff, man. Minkah Fitzpatrick is not the player he was 4 years ago. No one's saying he is. But he's still better than anything the Jets have today. He's still going to be a leader and help communicate what the Jets are trying to implement him with this Aaron Glenn system. Nobody is trying to say that the Jets are getting an all-pro, elite, top 2 safety in the league. He's getting paid as literally the 10th or 12th safety in the league. The Jets are getting a bargain for him. So I hate when people come on here and start to pretend that the Jets are trying to, Jets fans are inflating Minkah to be an elite quarterback. Get out of here with that nonsense. I will call it out any day of the week. But what we did do is get Deshaun Wright, and he goes out there on X and says, Jets, what's good? He's excited to be a New York Jet. Welcome to Deshaun Wright. There's even a Chicago Bears fan right now that's very upset because his Bears did not bring back Deshaun Wright, and we took him away. So thank you for Wright, my friend. We're excited about that. Let's freaking go. Why people want 1-12 Jacoby Brissett? People just want a reason. I don't know. I would have taken Jacoby Brissett too. He was pretty nice last year, veteran, But I think that Geno Smith, out of all the options, I'm not saying he's the best option, but it's one of the options you got to say. That makes sense. But Deshaun Wright coming to the Jets, man, I think this is extremely big, man. He's a ball hawk that the Jets desperately need. That man, Deshaun Wright, smells the ball and is an absolute ball hawk. The Jets needed that. As we know, the Jets can't get out of their own misery of having literally 0 interceptions last year. So the Jets are, of course, going to be prioritizing that. Crazy stuff. So much things to talk about. Not enough time to do it. Just kidding. We had all the time in the world. Over a 2-hour live stream, man. Over a 2-hour live stream. Up next, we got NY and LA guy. What's up?
What up, Rich?
How you doing?
I don't know what to think of Geno Smith coming to the Jets at this point. It's just, for me, it's just sad right now.
You're sad?
But the only good thing was last night in LA, New York and LA going at it.
Don't make me boot you. I'm booting you. I don't want to hear it, man. You know, the Knicks go to the LA. They lose to the Lakers. They lose to the Clippers. Okay. I get it. The Knicks lost to those two teams. The Knicks will still go further than both of them in the playoffs. That's all I care about. I don't care about no regular season nonsense. Bowman is up next, though. What up, Bowman?
Hey, Richie, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. How
All
are
right. Happy Mario Day.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm pretty excited. I'm actually, going in after the season was over with, all the shenanigans going on, and who are we getting? Are we getting Wink? Who's our coordinator going to be? I was just not looking forward to this year. And I think the Jets have low key been nailing free agency so far. Nothing too crazy. Fitzpatrick's nice. But I think they're setting themselves up well for the draft. I'm not super high on Geno, but I wasn't really super high on any quarterback. Kyler was obviously my first choice, but he wasn't going to come. I mean, I figured that was going to happen. And then for me, it was Jacoby / Geno for the backup. So either of them for me is fine. For me is we've got to raise that floor for the quarterbacks, having a high floor is really what I'm looking for, so that we aren't bottoming out with, Brady Cook or whoever we're going to be throwing in there. And Geno Smith is competent enough to lead an NFL offense. And let's be real. I mean, we lost AVT and Simpson, but we really only lost one lineman because AVT is never healthy. So we only lost one guy we have to replace is how I look at it. And then we have the pick to get the receiver in the draft, right? And so now all of a sudden you add the lineman, you add a receiver, and we've got a really decent, underrated, in my opinion, offense. So with all of these defensive picks and bringing in who we needed to on defense, hopefully bring in another linebacker in the draft, bring in a corner in the draft, bring in Reese or Bailey, and then bringing in wide receiver. I mean, it's looking a lot better than I thought it was just a few months ago.
Yeah, very well said, Bowman. I appreciate you calling in, my friend, and enjoy the rest of your day, and happy Mario Day, my friend. How about that? Thank you, man. Thank you for the call. And I think that, it brings up a lot of good points. The offense is better suited than we think. The Jets have made one offensive move, which is quarterback, but they've made 7 or 8, I'm losing count, additions to their defense. That's absurd. So we know where their priority is. JT is up next. What's up, JT?
How Yo, Richie. What's up, man?
How are you?
Piper's still live. I had to drop off because I got a work call. I had a meeting I didn't even realize I had.
Yeah, man. The marathon continues.
Yeah, man. So I kind of want to relay off of what the last caller was saying. I didn't catch most of it because I just got on my work meeting and popped back in. But I think we're a little better off than people think. Like he said, they're really, really down one offensive. Well, we're down 2 offensive linemen, but not one. Yeah, one offensive lineman from last year, really. That's it. Wide receiver, we only really need a wide receiver 2 or 3, depending how you look at A.D. Mitchell. And quarterback, we just covered. Running back, we're set. I think we're a little more better off than people are leading on, and I think the Jets hate that a lot of fans are giving is just unwarranted right now, man. We've made tons of moves to improve this team.
At least they're not sitting on their hands, and they're active. They're getting players. They're getting veterans.
Yep.
They're getting guys that are improving a huge weakness of the football team, which was interceptions last year. So
And
you can't
veteran
fault
leadership.
them for that. And veteran leadership.
Veteran leadership's
100%.
a huge one that can't be understated, man. That's a huge thing. We had such a young defense. We were so green at so many positions. And just like, I mean, let's be real. Quincy was never really one with the green dot. You know what I mean? He was never like that leader. He was always a great effort guy, but he was never like that leader that I don't think he ever wore the green dot. If he did, I don't think he really, you know what I mean?
No, he never did.
Yeah. And Sherwood's still young and still learning. So I think Demario Davis was absolutely a perfect pickup for this.
It really
defense.
was. It's exactly what this
improved
defense
level.
needs.
Yeah, man. So I just wanted to say that Jets fans need to relax. I think we're way better off than people are making it seem. Geno can be a competent quarterback with a line. Let's just give him a good line like we pretty much have, and let's see what Geno can do. I think this seems to be a little better than people expect. I'm not saying we're going to go out and make the playoffs, but I think there's a reason. There's something that we should be able to expect more wins than 3 next year, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I hope, man. This team needs it. This
Dude,
fan
looking at
base needs it.
2027 stuff is terrifying. Like, let's stop at the 2027 talk. Should be a rule. We can't talk about the 2027 draft until the 2026 draft has happened.
Yeah, please. At least let's get through this draft first. JT, great to see you, man. I appreciate
Thanks,
you.
man.
That's JT in the house calling in. Love that, man. Always showing up with some positive vibes, positive energy. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, folks, I mean, we had some big-time news that we were reacting to all throughout this show. Geno Smith, officially a Jet. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Live for over 2 hours. We're probably going to wrap it up here. Been live for a long time today. Live this morning for Jets Free Agency Frenzy. Went live on 4th and Forever, and now we're live here. But we're going to wrap it up and maybe make a big video that's going to upload tonight to kind of break down the day. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, showing the consistent love and support on the channel. It's a lot of fun, man. I missed, the energy where we were able to be live together and interact as a community and, take callers and communicate via the live chat. It means a lot to me that you guys continuously show the love and support across all the platforms. And yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Let's go Jets. The Jets are active. Welcome home, Geno Smith. I can't believe it, but yeah, I haven't been able to even process it. As soon as the news broke, I made a quick TikTok and I went live for the last 2 hours. So yeah, that's that. But I'll see you guys in the next video. And we're going to be uploading one tonight. Peace out.